Hi, thank you for joining me for a little yoga class while I'm away. So if you just bring yourself down to a nice comfortable seated position, as always it doesn't have to be cross-legged. If you prefer to have your legs out in front or you prefer to be kneeling, just do whatever works for you. And we'll just take a few moments just to settle in and arrive on the mat, gently softening the gaze, bringing the eyes to closed if it's comfortable to do so. Taking a moment to notice how you're feeling today and acknowledging that for whatever it is without any judgment. And then gently guide your awareness to your breath. Observing to begin with, not trying to force or change anything. Simply noticing how your breath feels for you today. Noticing all the different physical sensations you can feel in the body with each breath you take. As you inhale, start to think about lengthening a little bit taller through the crown of the head. As you exhale, just gently relax those shoulders down away from the ears. So take a nice big inhale through the nose. Gently sigh it out through the mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. So nice big inhale in. Gently let it go. And 1 more. Nice big inhale in. Gently let it go. And then breathing back in through your nose for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. And just keep going with your own internal count. Each inhale for 4. Each exhale for 4. Just starting to set aside anything else that might be going on for you today. Taking this next little bit of time just for you. If you do find your mind starts to wander at any point, simply acknowledge any thoughts as they arise, resolve to set them aside until after we've finished, and gently guide your awareness back to that breath, matching each inhale to each exhale. So we're going to start today lying down, so feel free to keep your eyes closed. If you prefer to have them open, you can gently peel them open now. Gently bring yourself all the way down to the mat. And then stretching hands overhead. Lengthen as long as you can. And as you exhale, gently draw those knees in towards the chest. Take some gentle circles with the knees in one direction. We pause and take those circles with the knees in the opposite direction. Lifting the soles of the feet up to face the sky, coming up to happy baby. You can either take hold of backs of knees, soles of the feet, or wrap the first 2 fingers around the big toes. And we're just gently guiding those knees down towards our armpits, either side of the chest. Just taking 2 more breaths in happy baby. Gently release and take your feet down to the mat. Until your arms are level with your shoulders. As you inhale, keep the knees pointing up to the sky. As you exhale, lower those knees to the right as you look over your left shoulder. As you inhale, lift the knees through center. And then as you exhale, gently lower the knees to the left as you look over your right shoulder. So just flowing with your breath. Each inhale, we come through center. Each exhale, we lower the knees to the side. Just bring that gentle movement into your hips. Just do one more each side. You're bringing your hands down beside your hips, pressing into the hands, rounding down through the feet. As you inhale, sweep the bottom up towards the sky. As you sweep your hands up and overhead to reach the floor behind you. As you exhale, we gently lower down one vertebra at a time as we sweep those hands back down to reach the floor at the same time as our bottom. So as we inhale, we sweep those hands up, lift the bottom high. As you exhale, gently lower everything back down to the mat. So just flowing with your breath. Each inhale, we're sweeping up. Each exhale, we gently come all the way back down. Just do one more. And then your bottom comes back down to the mat. Bring your hands in behind your knees, draw your knees into your chest and rock and roll up and down the length of the mat until you bring yourself all the way up to seated, bringing those legs straight out. Bringing both legs straight out in front. We inhale those hands high. As we exhale, we hinge at the waist, we fold forward, just connecting where we connect, and we'll flow with the breath. So we inhale to reach as tall as we can. Exhale, we soften and fold. We'll do that 2 more times. And one more. Inhaling to reach hands high. Exhale, gently lower the hands down to the mat, or you can rest them on your thighs. And as you stay here, as we exhale, we're going to point those toes as long as we can. As we inhale, we'll point the toes in as close to the shins as we can. So we're exhaling to point as long as we can. Inhale, we squeeze toes towards shins. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, we point long. Inhale, we squeeze up, and then we'll just take some nice big rolls with those ankles in one direction, and then we'll pause, take the ankle rolls in the other direction, and then drawing the soles of both feet to meet, just bringing your heels as close to your bottom as is comfortable for you. Taking hold of the soles of the feet and opening them out so you can see how much sand you've got on the bottom of there, or how clean or dirty they are. We inhale to lengthen nice and tall through the crown of the head. As we exhale, we're going to hinge at the waist, keeping that spine nice and long, shoulders relaxed down away from ears, just holding for 3 breaths here in Baddha Konasana. And then gently lengthening up nice and tall. Just turn your right leg around so that right shin comes parallel with the side of your mat, and move your left leg across so your left shin comes parallel with the front of the mat. So coming into this nice zigzag shape, you can either keep the hands down on the floor or rest them on your legs, or if you want to bring a little bit of arm movement in with me, we inhale to sweep the hands up high. As we exhale, we draw those elbows down, squeezing the shoulder blades together behind the back. So we inhale to reach up tall. Exhale, we squeeze down. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling to reach up tall. Exhale, we squeeze down. This time we're going to inhale to reach high, hook the thumbs together, imagine your hands are a butterfly, and as we exhale we're going to float that butterfly back over the head just to where it's comfortable. One more breath with the floating butterfly. And then we inhale to reach hands high, exhale, we gently bring the hands back down, and then bringing your right leg back around to meet the left leg. We're coming back to Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet to meet again, opening out those soles of the feet. We inhale to lengthen nice and tall through the crown of the head. As we exhale, we hinge forward, keeping that spine nice and long. Elbows can rest on the inside of the thighs if that feels nice, or calves, wherever it's reaching. We just take 2 more breaths. in Baddha Konasana. And then we inhale to lengthen up nice and tall. We gently, as we exhale, move that left leg around so left shin comes parallel with the side of the mat. Right leg just moves across a little bit so we can get the right shin parallel. And again, you can either keep the hands on the mat, you can rest hands on the legs, or if you want to bring that arm movement in again, we inhale to reach hands high. Exhale, we squeeze those elbows down, squeezing shoulder blades back together behind you. So inhaling to reach up tall. Exhale, we squeeze down. We'll do that 2 more times. And 1 more. And then we're inhaling to reach up high. We're hooking the thumbs. Try and hook them the other way if you can remember which way you did it last time. And as we exhale, we're taking that little float of the butterfly back behind the head just to wherever feels okay for you. Taking 2 breaths here. We inhale to reach up tall. Exhale, hands come back down to the mat, and we gently bring that left leg back around. Soles of the feet to meet, opening out the soles of the feet. We inhale to lengthen nice and tall through the crown of the head. This time as we exhale, we'll just gently round out the spine, lowering the head in the direction of your feet. And again, elbows can rest on the inside of the legs if that feels okay. We inhale to lengthen nice and tall through the crown of the head. As you exhale, bring your hands to knees, bring the knees together, and then just gently swivel legs round underneath you. We're coming round to child's pose, so taking knees as wide as the mat, toes to touch, bottom heading down towards the heels. If yours gets there, lucky you, mine does not. Forehead comes down to the mat, spreading those fingertips nice and wide, melting down through those shoulders. Just taking a moment to reconnect with your breath. And also just taking a moment to remind yourself that this is your yoga. Really important that you listen to your body. If anything doesn't suit you in this class today, or you're just feeling a little bit tired and you need to rest at any point, give yourself that permission to rest. Come back to child's pose or any other comfortable position that works for you, whether that's seated or lying down. Take as long as you need and just rejoin the class whenever you feel ready to do so. As you inhale, start to lift your bottom up off your heels, just stepping the hands back, step those knees in so knees come underneath hips. If you've got sore wrists, you can come up onto fists as an alternative, otherwise we'll spread those fingertips nice and wide, grounding down through the base of the knuckles, shoulders pulling back away from ears. As we inhale, we'll send bottom up, belly down, we'll lift the head and chest, arching through to cow. As we exhale, we press into the hands, round out the back, tucking the chin into the chest, rounding out to cat. So we're flowing with the breath. Each inhale, we arch the back. Each exhale, we round it out. We'll just do 1 more of each wherever you are. And then gently coming back to your nice flat tabletop, tucking the toes under, lifting the knees off, send your bottom up to the sky, heading up to downward facing dog. So you can have that little bend in the knees, chest pressing back towards the thighs, shoulders reaching up away from the ears. Maybe giving your head a little nod, yes, a little shake, no, just to release any tension in your neck. Maybe you start to pedal out your feet, straightening one leg as you bend the other. And then settling to stillness. Inhale, we look between the hands. Exhale, we step both feet to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, straight legs flat back. Exhale, forward fold, we can bend the legs. Inhale, we come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands come to the side. Lovely. So we'll keep those feet hip width apart. We'll just build our mountain pose from the ground up. So lifting all those toes up, spreading them out, grounding them back down, spreading the weight evenly across the soles of your feet, engaging through those leg muscles, drawing pelvic floor in, belly button drawing into spine. Inhaling, shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale to release the shoulder blades down the back. Activating the arms, hands facing the thighs. We're looking straight ahead, chin parallel with the floor. And you can either keep the eyes open, or maybe you soften the gaze again, bring the eyes to close if it's comfortable to do so. And just really feel that connection between your feet and the earth beneath you, rooting down through your feet as you lengthen tall through the crown of the head. We'll just take 3 breaths in mountain pose before we begin to move again. And if you did close the eyes and you prefer to have them open, you can gently peel them open again now. As we inhale, we sweep hands high, clasp the hands together, first 2 fingers pointing up. Exhale, we stretch up and over to your right. Inhale, we reach up tall. Exhale, we reach up and over to your left. Inhale, we reach up tall. Exhale, folding at the waist, we dive forward for forward fold. We can bend the legs as we go. Inhale, halfway lift, straight legs flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands come to the side. So we'll flow through that again, but we're going to add on at the bottom. So we inhale, hands high. Exhale, reach up and over to the right. Inhaling tall. Exhale, reach up and over to the left. Inhale, we reach tall. Exhale, we dive forward for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant both hands down, step both feet to the back of the mat, and we'll take our knees to the floor for a modified plank. So got our hips forward, shoulders over wrists. Inhale in modified plank. As you exhale, bend those elbows, lower everything down to the floor, squeezing your bottom muscles, press into the hands. We inhale to lift. Exhale, we press back through all fours, tuck the toes under, bottom to the sky for downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot reaches high. Exhale, left foot steps between the hands. If it doesn't quite get there, we can grab it behind the calf or under the knee just to give it that helping hand through. We're on the ball of the back foot. Back heel lifted, front knee over front ankle. We inhale up to high lunge. So front leg bent, back leg straight, torso nice and tall. We're looking straight ahead, shoulders relaxing down away from the ears. Inhale to stay in high lunge. As you exhale, pivot your back foot flat to the mat, and we open out to warrior 2. So the back foot is facing the right hand side of the mat, the front foot is facing the front of the mat. Hands are level with the shoulders, shoulders relaxing down the back. And we're looking over the middle finger of that front hand for our warrior 2. And then we're going to bring our right hand round to point forwards, turn the palms to face each other. We inhale to stay here. As we exhale, we're going to draw that right arm back as if we're drawing a bow and arrow, bringing it to the chest, elbow level with the shoulder. As you inhale, take both hands up to point towards the ceiling or the sky. As you exhale, stretch those hands up, huck the thumbs together, so we've got a little butterfly. We inhale to float the butterfly up. Exhale, we're going to float that butterfly back behind us. Inhale, we float up high. Exhale, we bend the arms at the elbows. Inhale, point both hands to face the front, but we're keeping that right arm bent. And then as you inhale, we're going to point that left arm up to the sky as if we're shooting the arrow up high overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to windmill the hands either side of the front foot, step the front foot back to join the back foot, and we meet either in a high plank, or you can modify again with knees on the floor if you prefer. Inhaling in plank. Exhale, either knees, chest, chin to the floor like we did last time, or if you prefer, you can come down through chaturanga. Inhale, either baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, we all come back to downward facing dog. Just pedal out your feet for a breath. Inhale, right foot reaches high. Exhale, right foot steps between the hands, and again, if you need to help it through, give it that little hand through. We're on the ball of the back foot, back heel lifted. We ground down through the feet. We inhale, hands high for high lunge. Exhale, we open out to warrior 2, shoulders relaxing down the back, hands level with the shoulders, looking over the middle finger of that front hand. And then we're going to sweep this left hand around so it comes to point forward with the right hand. Turn the palms to face each other. Inhale to stay here. Exhale, we draw that left arm back like we're drawing our bow and arrow. Inhale, we pivot the arms at the elbows so both hands are facing the ceiling. Exhale, we sweep the hands up, huck the thumbs. Try and take the opposite hook to last time if you can remember. Inhale, we float our butterfly up. Exhale, we float it back behind us. Inhale, we reach up tall. Exhale, we draw the elbows back down, level with the shoulders. Inhale, we point both hands forward. Left hand stays bent. Exhale to stay here. Inhale, we reverse our archer. Exhale, we windmill our hands either side of the front foot, step the front foot back to join the back foot. Inhale in your version of plank, either high or modified with knees on the floor. Exhale, either chaturanga or knees chest, chin down to the floor. Inhale, either baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, we all come back to downward facing dog. Inhale to lift between the hands. Exhale, step both feet to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands come to the side. Let's heel to our feet together, so toes are touching, just a little gap between the heels at the back. We inhale, hands high, clasp the hands together, first two fingers pointing up. As we exhale, we're going to bend our legs as if someone's brought us a lovely comfortable chair to sit on. So nice long spine, lovely long line from the crown of the head to the tailbone, shoulders relaxing down away from ears. Just sitting down to where feels okay for you. And just notice where the weight is in your feet. Can you lift those toes up? If you can, then just stay where you are. If you can't, just shift the weight back into the heels so that you can. And then we'll ground those toes back down. We'll just take one more breath in chair. And then grounding down through the feet, we inhale to reach high. Exhale, we stretch up and over to your right. Inhaling tall. Exhale, we reach up and over to your left. Inhale, we reach tall. Exhale, we dive forward for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands come to the side. So we're going to do a little bit of balancing, tree pose. So try and find a focal point that's not moving. Not me, probably. And once you've found that focal point, just rooting down through your feet, just like we are in mountain pose, drawing everything in. We'll start with our hands on our hips. And we'll just very subtly shift the weight into our right foot, bend the left leg at the knee, rotate it out to the side. And you'll notice here my hips started to go out to the side, so I'm going to actively pull that in, so I'm nice and strong through that standing leg. I can have a micro bend in the standing leg. Maybe I stay here with toes on the floor, heel resting on the standing leg. If this feels okay, you can see how it feels to take sole of the foot to the calf. If that feels okay, maybe you take sole of the foot to the thigh. And wherever you are, we're pulling that standing leg to the bent leg. Hands can stay here on the hips. Maybe you feel okay to bring the hands to heart center, shoulders stay relaxed down. If this feels okay, maybe you explore taking those hands overhead. Maybe you hook your thumbs and you have a butterfly on the top of your tree. Maybe your butterfly flies away and you open out the branches of your tree. Whichever version you're doing, we'll just hold for 2 more breaths if you can. Remember, if you wobble and sway, remind yourself all trees sway in the wind. Just come back, have another go. If you've got those branches open, let's bring the palms back to meet. If the hands are high, gently lower down. Gently rotate your knee to the front and take the foot back to the floor. Just have a little walk off, and then we'll switch to the other side. Bear in mind, we all have one side that prefers to balance to the other, so this may or may not be it. So again, find your focal point, really tune into that drishti. Rooting down through your left leg, this time we bend right leg at the knee, we rotate out to the side. So heel, resting on your standing leg. Pulling this left hip in, micro bend in that standing leg, so really strong through the standing leg. Maybe we stay here with hands on hips, heel resting on standing leg and toes just acting as a little kickstand. If this feels okay, maybe you explore coming up sole of the foot to calf. If you try that and it doesn't work, just come back to the next option. If that feels okay, maybe you see how it feels to take the sole of the foot into the thigh. And again, if you try an option, you can switch to another one. It doesn't have to be the same on each side. Hands again can stay on hips. We can bring hands to heart center. Maybe we try taking the hands overhead. I'm much wobblier on this side. Maybe you hook your thumbs and you have your little butterfly floating at the top of your tree. Maybe your butterfly flies away and you open out the branches of your tree. We'll take one more breath. If your branches are open, gently bring them back together. If the hands are high, gently lower them down. And then gently take your knee to the front, take your foot back to the floor, and just have a gentle walk off with both legs. And then just take those feet Keep them actually toes to touch, little gap between the heels. Sweep the hands high, clasping the hands together, first 2 finger pointing up. And as we exhale, we come back to our chair pose. So just finding your version of chair, lovely long spine, just taking 3 breaths in chair pose. Rooting down through the feet, we inhale to reach tall. Exhale, we reach up and over to your right. Inhaling tall. Exhale, we reach up and over to your left. Inhale, we reach tall. Exhale, we dive forward for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant both hands down. Step both feet to the back of the mat. And we meet in your version of plank. Inhaling in plank. Exhale, either knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhale, either baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, we all come back to downward facing dog. Just pedaling out your feet for a breath. Inhale, right foot reaches high. Exhale, right foot steps between the hands again. Help it through if you need to. Inhale, we sweep up to high lunge. Exhale, we open out to warrior 2. As you inhale, bring your left hand to meet the right hand, facing forwards. As you exhale, draw your bow and arrow back. Inhale, we pivot at the elbows, we take the hands up. Exhale, we reach the hands high, we huck the hands. Inhale, butterfly floats up. Exhale, it floats back behind you. Inhale, we reach butterfly high. Exhale, butterfly flies away. Elbows come back level with the shoulders. Inhale, both hands point towards the front. Exhale to stay here. Inhale, reverse your archer. Exhale, we windmill the hands either side of the front foot, step the front foot back to join the back foot, and we meet in our version of plank either high, or you can take the knees down if you prefer. Inhaling in plank. Exhale, either knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhale, either baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, we all come back to downward facing dog. I keep saying all, even though it's just me. We inhale, left foot high. Exhale, left foot steps between the hands, and again, if you need to help it through, help it through. Inhale, we come up to high lunge. Exhale, we open out to warrior 2. Inhale, right hand sweeps forward so both hands are facing each other. Exhale, we draw our bow and arrow. Inhale, we hinge the arms at the elbows, hands point up. Exhale, sweep the hands high, huck the thumbs. Inhale to reach a little higher. Exhale, we float our forward butterfly back behind us. Inhale to reach high. Exhale, elbows come back level with the shoulders. Inhale, we pivot the arms at the elbows so hands are facing forward. Inhale, we reach our archer up to the sky. Exhale, we windmill our hands either side of the front foot. Step the front foot back to join the back foot. We meet in our version of plank once more, either high or modified. Inhaling in plank. Exhale, either chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, either baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, we all come back to downward facing dog. Inhale to dip between the hands. Exhale, step both feet to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we come all the way. Back up to standing. Exhale, hands come to the side. We keep flowing one more time. Inhale, hands high. Only a little one. Exhale, we stretch up and over to the right. Inhaling tall. Exhaling to the left. Inhale, we reach tall. Exhale, we dive forward for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant both hands down. Step both feet to the back of the mat. We're pressing straight up to downward facing dog. So shoulders pulling up away from ears. Bottom reaching up to the sky. You can have that bend in the legs if that feels nice. Maybe you pedal out your feet. And then gently take your knees down to the mat. So we come to tabletop once more. So knees under hips, hands underneath shoulders. And again, you have the option to be on fists if that's more comfortable for your wrists. And we'll just flow through a little bit of cat and cow again. So as we inhale, bottom up, belly down, we lift the head and chest, arching to cow. Exhale, we round out to cat. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling to arch. Exhale, we round. And 1 more. And when we inhale back to tabletop, as you exhale, send your bottom to your heels, stretch the hands forward, forehead comes to the mat, and just take a moment in child's pose. Gently walk your hands to your knees, press yourself up to kneeling, and then just swivel your legs around underneath you so you can bring yourself round to seated. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet back to meet, so we're coming back to Baddha Konasana where we were at the start of the class. So heels as close to your bottom as is comfortable for you, opening out the soles of those feet. We inhale to lengthen nice and tall through the crown of the head. So we exhale, we hinge at the waist, we're keeping that spine nice and long, shoulders relaxing down away from ears. Just taking 3 breaths here. We inhale to lengthen a little longer. As you exhale, we're going to gently turn that right leg round around us. So the shin of the right leg comes parallel with the right side of the mat, left shin coming parallel with the front of the mat. And this time, either keeping hands on the mat or on the legs, whichever works for you. As you inhale, think nice and tall through the crown of the head. As you exhale, relax those shoulders down away from the ears. We inhale to find a little bit more length through the crown of the head. As we exhale, we're going to take a twist to your left hand side. So the right hand's going to come over to the left knee, left hand comes behind. As we inhale, we think nice and tall through the crown of the head. As we exhale, we see if we can find a tiny little bit more twist. We gently unravel to come back to face the front. Gently bring your right foot round to meet the left foot once more. Drawing the heels in close to the bottom again, we open up the soles of the feet. We inhale to lengthen nice and tall through the crown of the head. As we exhale, we hinge at the spine, lovely straight spine, shoulders relax down. Just taking 3 breaths again in Baddha Konasana. We inhale to lengthen nice and tall through the crown of the head. As we exhale, we gently bring that left leg around. So left shin comes parallel with the left side of the mat, right shin parallel with the front of the mat. Hips crowning down through the floor if we can get them there, hands resting on either the mat or the legs, whichever works for you. And we're thinking nice and tall through the crown of the head. We inhale to find a little more height if we can. As we exhale, we take that gentle twist, the right hand side this time, so left knee, or left hand over right knee rather, right hand behind, and then we're twisting and looking over that right shoulder. And again, as we inhale, we think nice and tall. As we exhale, we see if we can twist a little further. We gently unravel to come back to face the front, bring the left leg back around, soles of the feet meet one last time, bringing heels in as close as you can, opening out the soles of the feet. We inhale to lengthen nice and tall through the crown of the head. This time as we exhale, we just gently round out the spine, resting elbows on the insides of the legs, taking 4 breaths here. Inhaling to lengthen nice and tall. As you exhale, just bring your hands to your knees and gently guide those knees together, and then step both legs out, straight in front, legs active, ankles flexed, toes pointing up to the sky or ceiling above you, hands resting down on the mat beside you. As you inhale, think nice and tall through the crown of the head. As you exhale, relax down through those shoulders. We'll just take 3 more breaths in Dandasana. Inhaling to reach hands high. As you exhale, hinge at the waist, let your hands connect with legs, feet, wherever they get to. We're going to flow with the breath 3 more times. So we inhale, reaching nice and tall. Exhale, we soften and fold. We'll do that 2 more times. And this time when we fold forward, we'll settle to stillness. We'll hold for 5 more breaths. Relaxing through the head, the neck and the shoulders. Inhale to sweep hands high. Exhale, we gently lower the hands down to the mat, and we'll just step our bottom forward so the soles of the feet come flat to the mat. And we're heading down to the mat, and you can either lower yourself down using your hands, you can use the back of your thighs, or you can release the hands and try and lower down using your core, lowering down 1 vertebra at a time, nice and controlled, trying not to collapse when we get to the bottom, but as always, not judging if we do. When you do get down there, just rest the back of your head on the mat, taking a moment to reconnect with your breath. And then drawing the soles of your feet up towards your bottom, bringing them as close as is comfortable for you. Maybe you can tickle the backs of your heels with your fingertips, and then grounding down through the feet, pressing your hands down into the mat, squeezing your bottom muscles. As you inhale, lift your bottom up to the sky. Coming up to bridge pose, you can either stay as we are with hands flat on the floor, or if you like to wrap your shoulders, you can wrap one shoulder under and then the other, and then clasp the hands together, pressing forearms down into the mat, just to lift your bottom a little bit higher. If you did wrap the shoulders, just gently unclasp the hands, unwrap one shoulder and then the other, and then we gently lower down 1 vertebra at a time, nice and controlled, from the upper back through the mid back, lower back, until your bottom is the last thing to come back down to the mat. And then bring your arms out level with your shoulders, shift your bottom 1 inch to the left, and then lower your knees to the right hand side as you look over your left shoulder. You can either keep both legs bent in your twist, or maybe you straighten your left leg over, pointing it over to your right hand. Maybe right hand comes onto the left leg, just doing whatever feels nice for you in your twist today. If you're holding on, gently let go. If you've got the leg out straight, gently bring it back to bent. And as you inhale, lift those knees back through centre, shift your bottom 1 inch to the right so it's back in the middle. Then take another inch to your right, and then gently lower your knees to the left-hand side as you look over your right shoulder this time. And again, you've got those options if you want them. Maybe you straighten the right leg out, pointing over to left hand. Maybe you take left hand onto right leg. Just doing whatever feels nice in your twist for you today. If you are holding on, gently let go. If you've got the leg out straight, gently bring it back to bent. As you inhale, lift those knees back through centre. Shift your bottom 1 inch to the left so you're back in a straight line. Gently draw your knees in towards your chest. Lifting the soles of the feet up to the sky, taking hold of either backs of knees, soles of feet, or maybe you take hold of the big toes with your first 2 fingers. Gently guiding those knees down towards your armpits, either side of your chest for happy baby. And you can either rest in stillness, or if you like to sway, you can have a gentle sway from side to side, giving your back a nice little massage as you do so. If you are swaying, gently return to stillness. Release your grip of the hands or legs and gently draw your knees into your chest, taking some gentle circles with your knees in one direction before you pause and take those circles with the knees in the opposite direction. And then we have made it to Shavasana, so just gently taking your legs back down to the mat, finding a position where you can lie comfortably still, whether that's legs bent with soles of the feet on the floor or legs extended out beneath you, toes flopping away from heels, arms gently resting down beside you, palms facing up, just that natural curl in your fingertips. And taking a moment to notice all those points of contact between your body and the ground beneath you. Feel yourself being completely supported by the earth below. Totally safe. And then gently guide your awareness back to your breath once more. Feeling the rise and fall of your stomach and chest with each breath you take. As you inhale, invite relaxation in. As you exhale, try and let go of any tension. Just feel it dissolving away, melting onto the ground beside you. Inhale to relax. Exhale to let go. Very gently begin to guide your awareness back to your surroundings. Maybe start to invite that tiny little bit of movement back in just by very gently wriggling fingers and toes. And then whenever you feel ready, just reaching those arms up overhead, stretching hands and feet away from each other as if you've woken up from lovely deep sleep. And then in your own time, gently draw your knees back into your chest, giving yourself a final squeeze. Say, well done for doing some yoga today, before you gently roll over onto whichever side you prefer. Maybe taking a moment or two in the fetal position, before you very gently prop yourself back up to seated, keeping your eyes closed if it's comfortable to do so. And we'll just take a final breath together. So nice big inhale through the nose. Gently sigh it out through the mouth. Gently peel your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me virtually today.